Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Divine Diablo dropping him behind the line of scrimmage. But just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker, because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking.
And this drive was almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, and 4 of those picks led to the loss. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Carr. Oh, looking for water, but this is intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Cousins gives way to Cook. To the 36-yard line, stop there. The numbers a week ago for Cook. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Cousins. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Looking for Shepard deep. Touchdown, Vikings. Sterling Shepard. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings use the only turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control,
fielded right at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. It means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. And his throw is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Carr now to throw. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Raiders are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game assaulted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards. First down. The Raiders had a woeful 3-12 on the year. And they come in just an absolute free fall. Losers now, Charles, of 7 in a row.
And I think this is where, in a locker room, a lot of the team looks to their best players and even silently asks for them to guide them out of this. You know, we've got to be better than what we've shown. We need you to lead us.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I have to say a very solid performance.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They go right back to White here on first down. Andrew Booth making the tackle.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call, because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll throw with Carr. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
A first down run not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards. And
that was big right there because they're the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. First down, here's White. And he stopped immediately there. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Now Carr. And this one complete to Smith. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. White, he'll try the left side. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shake.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where did they go?
Anywhere and everywhere, but they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback, and indeed he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back, came back and traded back into the first round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him. Really supplemented that pick, complemented that pick, and went to the playoffs the very next year.
Well, maybe they can use that and carbon copy it. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
In every game, we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Now Carr. And that is incomplete. And the pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On 2nd and inches, Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
A first down throw for Cousins. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 38. Play fake, Cousins. And this is incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in position to dictate to the offense.
Play action now. Cousins in trouble, and he's taken down. Chandler Jones from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Cousins to throw it. And he'll just get rid of it.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 31, Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the 1st half.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Carr to throw. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow.
And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. That's caught by Waller out left side. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Now Carr again. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. All knotted up at 7. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing now is Carr.
Caught out right by Renfrow. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. And that is incomplete.
And based on my map, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it second down. Play action, Cousins. That ball's caught. Aguilar, right side. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Cousins now to throw on first down. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. Now another timeout called for by the offense, so that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing again on second down. Cousins. It's caught by Aguilar.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On 1st and 10, Cousins.
He's going to get this one down to Cook. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we send you...
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 12, Carr. He finds his man, complete. And a loose football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Now Carr.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
And he's got room. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 60 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Adams. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And Devontae Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you got to the top performers you have and try and move that ball down the field for an answering score.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins looking for Shepard deep. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And incomplete on the deep ball.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7, though, on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. but he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback land on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Open man, that's Renfro. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. To throw his car. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They'll try and run it in with White. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Raiders with a lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Carr now on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And the Vikings are right back in this football game. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing sub-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it, but a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Cousins.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Cousins now. And his throw is going to be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try to chip away this time.
Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. They go play action. Cousins. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Maurice Hurst coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Now Carr. And this one complete to Smith. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Jacobs going to try the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They run straight ahead here with White. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away.
Here's White.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Raiders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-7.
Vikings 7. Daniel Carlson, the kickoff for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
So Cousins and the Vikings down by 2 touchdowns. 1:39 to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. First down, here's Cousins.
Pass complete, it's Hockenson.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Jonathan Abram picks it, and the Raiders are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because